what it is. Let's do it.
Right on. Here we go. What's up, everybody? How's it
What's up,
going?
people?
Sorry we were a little late tonight, and it actually wasn't because of technical difficulties or me.
My fault.
I
My
gotta
fault.
say it because it wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Oh man, hope everybody's having a great week so far. Um, it hasn't been bad here. It's just been humid. Oh my god, it's been so humid
Hot.
here lately.
It's definitely been hot. So yeah. Oh man, I just sat down. I've been nonstop all day at work and came home, threw some groceries down my throat, and here I am. So, but hey, at least we're working. So I guess that's all that matters, right? So
You ain't
it's
lying.
good.
How did
Yeah.
how did Kinston go? I saw that you went to Kinston. We had some.
Man, that you talk about a great time, and again, I want to say thank you to Mr. Paul Hatcher. Um, he invited us and several guys from our club to come over and enjoy their festivities. And I'm telling you, man, they did a great, awesome fly-in. And hopefully you guys watched the video of Mr. Frank Knoll flying his jet. And I gotta say, guys, I spelled his last name wrong. I wasn't sure. It's Noll. You can look him up online. He's obviously a very famous person, more or less. But he flew the snot out of that jet. And what I did not get on video, guys, and I wish I did, for his last flight, and I saw it, I just didn't have my camera rolling. He went up to probably 400 and more square feet. I'm talking up.
Let's just use the metric
And-
system so it sounds like he went higher than he
Yeah.
did.
However, yeah, just up.
He went
okay?
400 meters.
Yeah, exactly. Look, he went up with his airplane, right? And all of a sudden, they go, oh my gosh, he's had a flame out. And everybody stands up and is like, oh wow. No sound whatsoever, guys, right? And this jet is just sitting there like a butterfly is hovering, right? And he comes around, and next thing you know, he does a beautiful roll. I'm thinking, wait a minute, this guy's way too calm to be having a real flame out. He took this jet, guys. He did rolls and twists and turn and circles, and I kept thinking at any minute he's gonna fire this thing back up, right? It's gonna fire up. He's gonna do a fast pass and he's gonna come around and land it. Oh no! He takes this jet and he dead sticks it to the ground in front of his feet, man. I'm talking, brings it in and sits it right in front of his feet, and I'm like, wow. I mean, everybody's standing there in sheer silence, and this jet comes in with nothing but throws, okay? I'm talking ailerons, rudder, elevator, flaps, and gear. No motor whatsoever, no engine, and he sets it down right in front of him, and we're just all like going, that's talent. You know what I mean? Amazing, guys.
Wow.
Amazing what he did with his jet.
That's awesome.
And the video that I put up, it's a big jet. You can see him sitting beside it. It kind of reminded me of like a kind of a Futura, Avanti kind of type of jet. Just really, really nice. But definitely, he's somebody. I just spelled his name wrong, and I'm sorry for that. It's Noll. You can look him up online. He's a pretty big deal from what I understand. Yeah, pretty impressive. But yeah, like I said, thanks to Mr. Paul Hatcher and his club, the Kinston Aero Modelers in Kinston, North Carolina, for having us out. They put on a spectacular fly-in, great food, great fellowship. There were warbirds there that one man built 20 years ago that are still flying today that are composite fiberglass, and he built them all out of wood. Look, Dustin, you'd had a fit to see these warbirds, man. They were massive. And we're going to go over to his museum. He's got a museum in Goldsboro, North Carolina, where he has all of his airplanes.
Really?
And we're going to take a field trip. Yes, we're going to take a field trip and go see all of his planes and talk to him. He builds them all, and he has somebody else that flies them for him. But yeah, we're going to go over and check out everything. So maybe if I can let you know when we do it, if you're around and you want to go, you're more than welcome to come with us, man.
Yeah, because that's not far from me. We had we hadn't seen some friends in like a year just because of COVID, and Ashley had made arrangements to go see them. So they're in Wilson, and just the time of going there, hanging out with them, or going to the show, coming back, getting ready, and then leaving to be there on time. Just I would have been there for like an hour in Kinston.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't make it out there. But the
this.
I saw all the pictures and stuff, and he brings that jet out every year. That's a bad looking jet. But like you were saying, that's like an Avanti style jet. You see a lot of them. I see a lot of new jet owners go to that style of bird.
If you watch the video of it, he did some 3D with it too. That was pretty cool. And I thought about you with your L39. He blew the snot out of it, man.
Here we go with the L39 again.
Hey man, that was impressive. I'm telling you, man, you rocked it out with that plane. But yeah, I'd love to get you to go with us. The man over in Goldsboro, his name is David Weber. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing he's probably in his late 70s, but he builds these planes from wood, from scratch, and he's actually got his own museum with these planes. He's got a Hellcat that'll blow your mind. But yeah, he's invited us to come over and check out his museum and look at his planes. So we're definitely going to make a field trip of it. So if you want to come along with us, you're more than welcome. But very impressive, and it's a dying art, guys. I mean, you know, we get these awesome kits and we put a few screws in and we're done, even with the balsa planes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when these guys are building them from wood, they're cutting the wood, they're making them, they're laminating, and then they're putting fiberglass over them. It's not monocoat, it's fiberglass. It's impressive. I'll show you this one plane, Dustin, that I took a picture of. I think I got a picture of it the other day. You of all people would appreciate it.
I'm trying to look them up through the.
This is it right here, man. Look, this is the plane.
Oh, that's the I'm dumbfounded.
That is a massive airplane, though. The video and the picture does not do it any justice. That is a massive airplane, and it is all stick built, and it is 15 years old, and he still flies it to this day. He flew that plane before we got there Saturday, and I wish I'd have got to see it fly. It has air brakes, or speed brakes as they would be called. Awesome, beautiful airplane. And he had a Hellcat in the trailer that was amazing. Look at that motor, man. I mean, or engine as it would be. Very, very impressive. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful airplane. But his name is David Weber. And he's just a master builder, guys. And again, that is a craft that we are losing. It's going away. You know, again, I can't wait to go see him and talk to him and just see all the planes he does and he builds, because hopefully I'll take away from it and learn something, because we're not seeing that anymore like we used to.
Right. Yeah, everybody's getting out the foam and which, hey, then there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, no, but even the balsa kits, man, are not like of yesterday, where you had to build it and get blueprints and this and that. Now there are some kits, and some guys still do it.
Right, where you're actually having to cut out each piece and lay it out. Now it's just like a jigsaw set where you just glue it together.
Exactly.
It's like I was in a balsa group. I think it was like Thursday or Friday, and the gentleman was busting my balls because I've got a laser where I just cut out the parts for people, and I do that as a service. If they can send me some type of file, even at like a 1-to-1 scale, like hand drawn on a napkin, I can save them a bunch of time versus having to cut pieces out. And he's like, "Well, that's not like real art." I'm like, "Man, I'm just just embracing technology,
That's right.
using technology, working." smarter, not harder in a sense, but hey, it's like a
Yes.
woodworker, right? My dad, he loves woodworking,
That's right, man.
so he
Exactly.
gets enjoyment out of it. Me, I hate woodworking. Like, I suck at it. If I get a 2x4 and it's supposed to be 2 feet, and that some gun is 1 foot 11 inches and 7/8, no, we're getting a new piece of wood. But that's just how my
See,
mind
I love
works.
woodworking. I do a lot of woodworking. I love it. So yeah, but we all have our skill sets. I'm not an
Mm-hmm.
electrician. I own it. Um, a lot of you guys know a lot more about electrical stuff than I do. Um, but yeah, I will tell you guys this, and Dustin, this is another thing. I flew this past Sunday, guys. Was it Saturday afternoon and Sunday? Yes. Let me tell you something. I put a set of these retracts right here, Motion RC in this particular plane, guys. These are the X-Waves, all aluminum from Motion RC. And let me just tell you something. They are amazing. I can't wait to put them in my T28s. I was telling David Snyder about that today. He asked me about them. I don't know if you guys can see them in right in here, but there they are right there. Um, they're incredible, guys. They were a perfect drop in on this particular airplane, which is the 40 size P-51 from Hangar 9. I flew this plane this past weekend on a 6S pack, a 4000 6S. It flew like it was on rails. It's got the Admiral gyro in it. It's like having a brand new plane to me, man. I mean, I'm thrilled with it. I love it, and it's balsa too. So hey, best of both worlds. Um, but yeah, those retracts for $79, guys, can't beat them. I'm just saying now. I don't know when they'll have any more back in stock. I bought the last two sets they have. I got a set for this and a set for my T28. But amazing retracts. Very pleased with them. So if you haven't checked them
Yeah.
out, definitely do.
Yeah, in that E-Flight, was it the official E-Flight hangout? I was asking about the Carbon Z. I was like, what's the workaround for the retracts on this plane? I would like to get one. And I don't think anybody actually responded. You know what? Let me check. Because I haven't got any notifications. And there's some
Yeah,
people.
selling this plane right here. Matter of fact, I told Reckham Roy I'd sell it to him at one point. And now that I've changed out the pneumatic retracts to these Motion RCs,
Hmm.
let me tell you, this plane flies so well. It was beautiful in the air this past weekend. I loved it. I can't wait to fly it again, guys. It just flies great. And they say Boston flies better, so it does. It flies super, super well. So yeah,
Oh,
looking forward to it again.
well, it looks like. Looks like my post got deleted.
Your post got deleted?
Yeah,
Sad.
an official E-Flight RC Hangout.
Huh, that ain't good.
I guess they don't like legit questions. There's a few
Obviously
people.
not.
There's a few people in there because it's moderated by like Horizon Hobby. There's a few people in there that are still in there that I'm surprised are still in there.
Huh. Wow.
But because I was asking about getting the float kit for the Carbon Cub
Yeah.
on it. Some people were saying how since it doesn't have a rudder for the floats, it's kind of a pain to turn the plane around, which makes perfect sense. I'm trying to pull that up now. But got the batteries for the boat, the new batteries. I don't know if you told you guys that. It is because they're HRBs, so it would be my first experience with HRBs.
I love HRBs. I make no bones about it, man. I got several ammo cases full of them. I love them. I love Roaring Tops for the price point. Between Roaring Tops and HRBs, they're two of my go-tos. A lot of our guys at the field fly HRBs and Roaring Tops about evenly. And you guys, like your Roaring Tops, go to roaringtopsusa.com. You can get some good deals. Sometimes you can get things on sale, and they're always adding more stuff and better sale prices. So definitely check those out as well. And I guess you guys can see the Viper, the 70 millimeter Viper that I've showed you I'm working on. These came in the mail the other day. We ordered these. These are the retracts that we're going to be putting on this Viper. These are the trailing link springs. These came from RC Castle, guys. $30. Brandon McCormick, Just Plain Crazy, did this modification. So we're going to be doing this on the 70 millimeter Viper. And then my wife is going to be making the decals and stickers for it in the Britling scheme, and we'll be getting that on. And then we're going to make it look like glass with clear coat. So, yeah, this is a cool mod, guys, for that 70 millimeter right here for $30. Awesome mod. So I can't wait to get those on there too.
So what's the landing gear that he swapped out to? He just swapped out the actual landing gear itself. Not the retracts or anything like that.
Well, no, you have to take the wire landing gear that are in that plane, and you cut them off, leaving so much of the strut sticking out of the gear, and then you put these retracts, these aluminum retracts, on the actual factory wire coming out of the gear, so it will be. So in other words,
right, that wire just acts as a strut.
Yeah, see, it goes into that hole right there once you cut it off.
Yep.
And Brendan shows you how, but this is a main gear right here, and as you can see, it's got the spring on one side, kind of like a trailing link, so it's got some bend to it. Now, these tires, wheels are a little smaller, but it just makes that plane have so much more of a scaled look to it. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. This is the nose gear, and as you can see, it has two springs. Got some flex to it as well. And the same thing there, you cut the main spring off that come with the jet, and you place these on there, and you use your set screws to tighten up, and you'll have your gear, man. So for $30, it's a cool mod, and it looks great. So these will be going on there in the next few days before we get on the decal. So that's coming. So we'll keep you posted on that as well.
Right. The and what plane is that from though? Those retracts or the gear?
It's from RC Castle. Is where they came from. They're $30.
But they're not from an actual they gotta be. They've got to be from some plane.
That's a good question, Dustin. I'm not sure if you go to Just Plain Crazy's, which is Brendan's YouTube channel, and look at this video. He leaves a link in his description, and it'll carry you right to these. And,
okay, right on.
That's how we found them. You can also get an afterburner ring and a kit if you want to, but we didn't need that. If we do anything, we're going to put Ray's fire booty in this thing.
For sure.
So yeah, so we just needed the gear, so they were $30. So yeah, they're going to look really good on there. What's up, Mike Bird? How you doing, man?
Nice, Brian. He's saying he got the P47 done.
Oh man, I told you he was painting it, and he was doing it like the olive green, and it looks incredible. He's done a great job on it, man. You would love it.
He's got but didn't he get the FMS one?
He did.
Yeah, the bigger one.
Yeah, he got the big one, and he painted it. It's just like yours, but he painted it. And it looks incredible, man. He's done a great job on the paint job and the scheme. And it's a particular pilot, which he could drop the name in here for you. But yeah, very, very nice looking. He actually made his E-Flight P-51 this past Sunday, and he flew it incredibly well, did a great job, and it flew amazing. He was a little nervous. I stood there with him, but he handled his business, man, and he did a great job, and I was very proud of him for me not to really do anything for him other than stand there.
Right, right.
Yeah, that plane flies really well, man. That P-51 is locked in.
Nice. I love me a P-50. Mainly, I love me a P-47, but I can still have a lot of respect for the P-51 because they ain't known to be the easy landers.
This is his box. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That's his box. I told him, I said, well, I'll keep that for some of my backdrop because I like switching the boxes out.
I don't even think I kept mine, to be honest with you. I kept a lot of mine, but I don't think I kept that one.
That's why I say I like having them behind me because that's one thing I will say. FMS and Horizon Hobby, they do, make their boxes look great, which, granted, you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the reason Motion RC stopped doing that because it does help with price. So anything we can do to save $1, that's what we're doing. So,
right,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Neil Kirby is the pilot scheme for the airplane he did, Dustin. You can look it up, but the pilot's name was Neil Kirby, and that olive green scheme was his plane.
Okay, yeah. Horizon used to have it's like a 1.1 meter P-47 that was green like that. Because at one point, so Brian, did you do the white tail?
Yes, he did. Yes,
that's the first one I pulled up because there's like a few different schemes he ran, but that with that white tail and that blue little trim at the very tip of the vert is nice.
It's you straight up and down, man. You love it. One thing he has noticed, and I'm sure you have too, Dustin, is the foam on that particular plane is a much softer foam than what we're all used to with flight.
And the thing too, Brian, is the main landing gear on the wing. If you have any hard landings, check those pockets. It's kind of like on the Viper, they'll start to separate or they'll start to poke through. Not poke through, but the top of the wing, you can see where it starts to bow up because it pushes the foam up.
Yeah.
Some guys have taken some lightweight fiberglass and put some resin in it to reinforce it there. Just don't mix as much hardener so that way you don't generate so much heat. You don't damage the foam, and that's worked well for them. I haven't had an issue, but some pilots have. It's every plane has its pros and cons, or weaknesses, I should say. So just be cautious of it. I haven't had an issue with mine yet.
Yeah, I told him that day you came to the field, you brought yours and flew it, and did a great job with it.
And I still need to fix that B-17. Yeah. I haven't touched that sucker since since I flew it there. I need to fly the other one.
Yeah.
But I come home and the wife's like bent over the oven, and I'm like, well, what's going on with you? She's like, oh, I'm having contractions.
Wow.
And I jokingly was like, you're not gonna have like contractions where we have to leave before 8:30 tonight, are
you? A little gas, just a little gas,
I'm like, just keep it in. Joking, of course. I'll always love to see what I can get away with.
That's right. Damn. He's slapjaw. So if you see Dustin with a black eye,
yeah, the screwdriver slipped.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's right.
Or I just blame it on Abby.
I've noticed a lot of guys are getting their F-16s, the 80 millimeter. Pilot Ryan and Bobby have flown theirs. I think RC reviewer Bobby over in Raleigh has flown his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, several of you guys, and it looks like a beautiful jet. I mean, it looks like it flies incredibly well. Very, very impressive, I think. I know David Marshall he was doing he had the 70 millimeter, he had the 80 millimeter in boxes last night, and then he had the 90 millimeter hanging on the wall behind it. Um, and he said he was going to do a shakedown of all of them and compare them all. So I'll be interested in seeing how that works. I have the 70 millimeter, and I have the 90, and the 70 flies like nothing. You know what I mean? You have it too. It's a great flying airplane.
Mm-hmm.
90 is a little more of a handful. I have the upgraded power system, so it's a little more of a handful, but it still flies great. But I'm guessing that 80 millimeters probably, as Pilot Ryan says a lot of times, it's probably the sweet spot. So it should fly incredibly well. I'm guessing it will. But like I keep mine in boxes, Dave Marshall hangs his on the damn wall. So we'll see how that works out. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Because I don't even know if he's flown that one that Mary Boozer gave him that he redid yet. I don't even know if he flew it. I think he fixed it up and hung it back on the wall. I'm not sure. But hey, all of mine but one are out of the box now, and that's my AL-37. That's the only one in a box right now. I still got some maidens to do. I got to get this big P-47 you guys see right here. That's my gasser. I've got to get it maiden. My F-14 is sitting over here. I've got to get it maidened. Other than that, that's about the only two maidens I got left to do, other than putting the AL-37 together. I think the AL-37 though is going to be a piece of cake.
Oh yeah.
That plane should fly well. As big as it is. There's Pilot Ryan. I knew you were lurking. What's up, buddy?
Always.
Yeah, Bobby Cometa flew the snot out of that F-16 on the video that they put out yesterday, I believe. He definitely wrung it out, man. That was a great video you guys did. Great shooting of that.
Mm-hmm.
Really enjoyed that. That was very good.
Brian, are you asking, or are you saying you did get to fly on 6S and 6000s? Because I fly off of 5000s, and it's, if I remember right, it's pushed all the way to the nose.
Yeah, I think he is going to try 5 and 6000s. That little plane that Ryan showed last Thursday, what was that called? Oh God, it was an E-flight plane.
It's like one of those small,
You know what I'm talking about. It just looked fun, man. It did really look fun. I will say, it looked like a lot of fun. They got out there and had a good time with that one, and he flew it very well. And then Bobby flew it. It looked fun. I will say, it just looked like something you could throw up in the air, especially on a great evening or afternoon or whatever. I think it had a lot of lights too, if I'm not mistaken. You could change colors.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like somebody could change colors.
Ultrix?
Yes, Ultrix. Yeah, that was pretty cool as well. So as Pilot Ryan would say, links in the distro, guys. Check him out. Show some love. Pick your person you want to buy them from, and definitely go to their links, guys. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it helps them out. And these guys are putting out a lot of great videos to help us all out. So definitely, if you're going to buy one anyway, Dave Marshall, Pilot Ryan, Mary Boozers, they all have links in their description. And all you got to do is click on it. It's that simple, and it'll take you right to what you're looking at, and go ahead and get it. I am wanting to get that IX-20 SE so bad I can't stand it. I did sell my DX6 Gen 3, and now if I could sell my DX8 Gen 2, I would probably go ahead and get that 20 SE. I just think it's an awesome radio, and I don't think I would ever have to upgrade for any reason. And I like the fact that it's fast. It's got a fast processor. It's got the Hall gimbals in it and everything.
Does it still have? Is it still Android based?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yep. But like I said, I want it, and I don't think that I'd ever have to upgrade from that. I think that would be pretty much it.
Dang, Brian, talking about paint change to CG. What the heck you paint with? Lead paint, son?
Sure.
Or he just probably went like car show paint on the plane.
I don't know. He sprayed it with his like car sprayer, man. I mean, he put a beautiful paint job on it. Paint job.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
I saw where one guy took the Carbon Z Cub, one of the 6 foot wingspan, and he made it. He did the paint scheme as Scrappy for Mike Bailey.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, Jared Kirby, I definitely want to get that P47 up in the air, man. I just got to get it done. Guys, look, let me tell y'all, and I don't know about you, Dustin. I would hope since you're as close to me, you can vouch for it. The weather around here, guys, has been like crap every weekend. It's supposed to rain again this weekend, as a matter of fact. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Last weekend, Saturday was nice. We went to the big fly-in over in Kinston to support the Friends Club. We flew Saturday afternoon for a few hours. Sunday, the bottom fell out. Sunday afternoon, we got 4 inches of rain in probably about, 35 minutes to an hour. If you guys know anything about rain, when you're getting 4 inches of rain in that amount of time, it's pouring so hard that you can't hardly see through it. And that seems to be every single weekend, man. I mean, we just can't keep consecutive nice weekends. And, being that I work every day, I didn't get home tonight until after 8 o'clock, guys, and then had to eat quickly and jump here. But when the only time you really got to fly is on the weekends, and then you try to get out fishing and take your son and do things, it makes it tough. But the weather's just been terrible for fishing or flying or anything between the wind. We got a lot of wind here, man. It's been windy as crap for July, has it not?
Yeah, it has.
Normally in July in North Carolina, guys, you can't buy a breeze, okay? It's so damn hot, you walk out in the shade and you start to sweat immediately, and there's no breeze. So, and any of you guys that live in proximity, you know what I'm saying. It's bad. And it's just been windy here this year, and it's been raining. My grass looks like carpet. It's that green and pretty. Normally this time of year, the grass is not looking real good because it's dry, it's hot, and I'm telling you, the grass here, our field. You saw the video I put out last weekend when the grass is beautiful. I mean, it's just incredible how nice it is. So yeah.
So, Horizon Hobbies is sponsored and has sponsored a car in NASCAR now.
Huh. Wow. That's cool.
Well, first thing I think about, I'm gonna start that stick. You know how much money that is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Horizon Hobbies, if you're listening, fix your damn landing gear. And that T28.
Right. Hey, but the question is, did you see the Formula racing cars on TV Saturday that were electric? The Formula cars, did you see that? That was electric.
Excuse me. I
asked you again.
No, I did. Well, hold on. When you say electric, Formula One has been. Were they fully electric?
They were electric. Yes, they were fully electric. And during the race, you only got so many power boosts. And once you used your power boost, that was it. And it gave you 5 times the power you were using during the regular running of the race. And coming down towards the last laps or so of the race, you could see the cars because they showed their power on the TV screen. They were going from 5% power to 3%, 2%. I mean, dude, but what killed me is they never showed a top speed in the straightaway on these cars, man. And I'm guessing they were hauling ass because they're they called them Formula 2. It's what they called them.
Formula E is the electric cars. Well, and the only reason I asked is because on Formula 1. That's what they were. Yeah. Because on Formula 1, it's fuel and electric. because the
No,
turbo,
these were Formula E.
because the turbo, you're talking about the boost, which is like the pass mode, if you will, is
Uh,
electric, and that turbo is driven electrically. Um, and so that's where I was getting at. 'Cause Formula One has been in a while, and I've heard of talk about Formula E, but I haven't.
that's what this was. It was Formula E, and I'm telling you, man, it was the coolest thing to watch. And when they went around a certain curve, it said like max power, and they could utilize that max power. But there were guys in the pits that were working the computers. They showed them several times, and they were watching the cars and talking to the drivers. And I guess when these guys wanted their power boost, they could tell them, and they had to go around a certain curve to get it. And it only lasted for so long, kind of like a video game, you know. But man, it was the coolest thing in the world to watch, and I mean, it's almost like that tells you where the future's going as far as racing and stuff, man. I mean,
I hope not, though. I still, man. There's
I guess, but at the same time, man, I wanted to see a straightaway speed, and they never showed it, man.
Well, I do know that Formula E, the cars are not as fast as Formula One, but with Formula E, you got instant torque. But
Right.
on the flip side, the cars are always geared to the racer and to the racetrack, or the circuit as they call it. There's a good Netflix show, which is, I mean, it's dramatized a good bit, Formula One drivers and whatnot, for the F1 series. Now, if you guys didn't know, you know, if you ever see a Formula One cockpit steering wheel, they can actually change and move fuel because they got two tanks. They can move fuel front, back, left, and right for a weight distribution.
Wow. That's cool.
And there's a YouTube channel. I want to say it was like Racing Engineering, and they go into how people, you know, there's people that are hired to read the book, the legal like rule book, and skirt that gray area, skirt that line. And one of them was is Red Bull did it to where you had the front wing on Formula One, and there's a hydraulic dampener. So when it went into the turn, it would flex and basically give the car more bite. But when you went to higher speeds, it would move up to give it less bite, so less drag, more speed. But the rule was like it can only move like a certain amount. But they skirted the rule, and when Red Bull started winning like 4 races back to back, it raised an eyebrow, and they figured out what happened. And that was pretty wild.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you, these cars were pretty impressive Saturday, man. It's the first time I've seen them on TV like that. And I mean, it was pretty awesome. I thought it was cool. But then again, you think about how fast a Tesla can go from 0 to 60. So again, I was just hoping to see some top speeds, but they didn't show it. So I don't have a clue.
Right.
We're hitting that.
I'm looking here. It says Formula One cars can go up to 230, and E cars can go up to about 170, 174, 175.
Okay, yeah. Wrecking Roy said he's seeing around 150. Okay. But they get there right now. That's right, Roy. They get there right now.
Yeah, it's because of all instant torque. But what you're really left with is you can have all the power in the world, but if you ain't got the tires to put it to the ground, you're just going to spin tires.
That was another thing they were saying the other day, that during the race, the cars were starting to move around a lot because the tires weren't sticking as good as other cars would normally stick after a certain amount of laps. You know what I mean? Because it was wearing the tires out.
Yeah, tires get wore, tires get hot or too hot.
Yeah.
It's an art.
But again, that just goes to show where we're coming to. I mean, I'm sure all you guys, or a lot of you, saw Ramey RC with his Citation jet that he made the other day. That is a full EDF. That is an electric ducted fan. It is not a turbine. And let me just tell you, if he would produce that jet, I'd have one because that was amazing. It looks just like a big version of the UMX from Horizon Hobby. Um, awesome, awesome jet. Ramey did a killer build on that thing, putting the vinyl on it, making it out of carbon composite, and then maidening that thing, man. I mean, wow. It just blew my mind to see it fly. It was a beautiful, beautiful jet. And I definitely do believe that if they would produce it, I believe people would buy it in a heartbeat. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the thing too about F1 cars is I think most of them, because they used to be at one point they were V12s and they went to V8s. Now they're V6s. They're like 1.5 liters, and they're spinning like in excess of like 20,000 RPM for the whole race. Sorry, you got me nerding out now.
Huh.
Yes, that is V12 in 95. But the team to be on has been Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was...
There was no American cars in the race the other day, I can tell you that.
Yeah, the only
It was
American...
like Porsche, Jaguar, Audi. There was no American cars in there. Sad as it is, you know?
Wow, so it's a 1.6 V6. Oh, man. Give me the power. Rev limiter. I'm curious about that.
Well, Jared, you know the main thing's new right now. People are waiting on their Vipers, the 90mm Vipers.
F1 car idles at 5,000 RPM.
Damn. It's a idles.
Like, just idles. 15,000 RPM is the legal limit, but they can go higher.
Damn.
But in 2021, they raised the RPM by 3,000 to 4,000 to improve the sound aspect of it. I did see there is a NASCAR, like a full-size, legit NASCAR for sale on Facebook Marketplace for like $4,000. It's a pit stop practice car. So it has a small block Ford 302 in it, and it has like a little 2-gallon fuel cell in it, which, I mean, you can yank that out and put another one. But I'm like, you know how easy that would get to be road legal?
Yeah, you could get that and go right along with your L39 that you found on Marketplace, man. And hell, you'd have it all then. You know what I mean?
All thing you have to add is taillights and headlights,
Yeah.
and turn signals.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting pulled over by the cops? Be like, "What are you doing, son? Like, this is street
Some
legal."
guy, he was test driving a NASCAR on the interstate, and they pulled him over. And it was a video I watched somewhere. It was funny as crap because they actually pulled him, and the cop recognized who he was. And he was like, "Okay, well, we're gonna let you go this time, but can you get this car off the road?" You know, so it was kind of funny. It really was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, right now, that's what their specs are, because it's like every few years they change the specs of the limits of what the car can do. But Cletus McFarlane, he had bought a Dale Earnhardt truck car, and it's street legal. Like, it has roll cage and everything. It has an LS motor in it. And he got pulled over. The cop's like, "Man, this thing ain't legal." He's like, "What are you talking about? It is legal." He's like, "You ain't got no tail lights?" And he stops on the brake. He goes, "I got tail lights," and points to the back. And cop's like, "Well, damn."
That might have been what I was talking about.
He comes up to the front and he goes, "What about your tires?" He goes, "Well, he still had slicks. Still had didn't have road race tires on them, or tread radials."
Yeah.
On it. He's like, "That's the only thing." He goes, "I'm just going to my shop."
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's that dude has like 3 million subscribers, I believe. Something stupid. He bought an abandoned race car track and now hosts like drifting, just standard racing. He bought new speakers, DJ equipment, new lights and stuff for it. I'm like, man, I made some stupid choices in my life apparently.
And hey, Dennis, isn't it sad that a 5-point harness isn't DOT approved when they're probably much more safe than what comes in a regular everyday driver? Think about it. Just saying. I mean, it's like, who come up with that damn rule?
Well, still though, the Department of Transportation is dependent of mostly dependent on the state. Yeah, it has federal. And the only place I'm going with this is like me and a buddy built. Let me just see if I can find it. If you look up a Corbin, it's an old truck. Where trucks, you know how they used to all be like a box. I'm talking like 1910, yeah. 1920, right? We built this son where we had the bed is a mid-engine truck, so the engine was behind you, and basically the bed of it was was made out of oak or just wood, timbers. You could party in the back, but the front was literally 4x4 metal tube, 2x2 or 2x4 sheet metal. They want one damn seatbelt in that whole damn thing. And North Carolina inspectors comes over for like custom cars, and he's like, all right, here's your tag, here's your VIN number, have fun, kids.
Same.
And you could I mean, you could drive the thing. I won't say you can drive on the highway, but you can it's cool for around town. Let's see, here I go. Let me add this real quick because it's pretty gnarly.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna call out some guys that are in here. Appreciate all of you, from Mr. GB Linden, the EQ RC, Roach Coach Healy's, Deuces Wild, Mike Bird, Jared Kirby. We've got Mr. George Watson here. Let's see, TCAT RC Creations, Reckham Roy. Again, like I said, Mr. Dennis Farley, Mike Bird. Appreciate all you guys done. Let's see, Shaq, Kenny, Mr. Hanger 51, Kino. What's up, guys? Thank you for being here tonight with us, and appreciate all the support. Means a lot to me. I really appreciate all you guys being here for us tonight. And hey, Victor, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Don? Thanks for joining us. Dude, those cops in Cali, they don't play. They they got daggone tape measures, but they'll measure the height from the ground to your tail light. Mike Bird, yeah, they are.
Many people are sitting around waiting on deliveries right now. What are you waiting on? Are you waiting on F-16? Are you waiting on a Viper jet? Ultrix? What are you guys waiting on? I've been pretty impressed with everything, that I've gotten from Motion, or anybody for that matter. I mean, I'm getting it within 3 days, so I can't complain with shipping here, and I don't know about you guys, but with shipping and everything here, it's been really good. So,
shipping hasn't been bad here. I would say if you ever get anything freighted in from AA Cooper, don't. I never had
Mr. LA Jeff.
I've never had anything go smoothly with them.
If you guys haven't checked out Jeff in Lower Alabama, check him out, man. He's funny. He's always having a good time. He's got his puppy out there with him. He's hollering. He's screaming. Right by himself. He's having a ball. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, yeah. Jeff's always having a good time.
I'm honestly thinking about buying that new turbo timber.
Oh, man.
I really do like the new paint scheme on it, but the fact that it's a top hatch, top load, versus having to turn it over and all that mess.
Yeah.
Convenience.
Yeah, that Viper 90 looks nice. From what I've seen uh, with all the hinges compared to
Mm-hmm.
the 70, which of course it is a 90. But yeah, it looks nice. It's got the nicer gear, the hinges all the way around. Um, so yeah, it looks like a pretty nice jet. It ought to fly very well, for a matter of fact. Um,
At the jump off subject. So for my freedom-loving Americans that love their firearms and their ammo, West Virginia now is tax-free on guns and ammo.
okay.
In Texas, they're in the process now that if you want to buy a suppressor, they are doing away with the federal NFA act by the ATF, so that basically if you're in Texas and you buy a Texas-made suppressor, you can go in there, buy it, and walk out with it. You don't have to submit anything to the federal government.
Wow.
Like, isn't that like Colorado giving the federal government the bird?
Yeah, no doubt, right? Wonder how long that'll last.
I don't know. I don't think the federal government ever did anything to Colorado, and California does it too with talking about the smoke shops. Yeah, the bottom hatch has never been that great because it's just cumbersome because you got to flip the thing over. I always try to like put it on my knee, like
Sure.
take a knee,
Either
right,
that,
and put
either
it on top of my
you
leg.
stand if you one of the two, you know.
Oh man, I just. But the more I look at it, I do like that paint scheme a lot more.
On which one?
On the Timber Evolution,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
it's nice. But that Viper 90 looks sick.
Yeah, it does. It's like I said, if it flies and it's got to fly better than this one, that's a good flying jet. So yeah, there's no question it should definitely fly very well, especially having the upgraded stuff from the gear to the smart technology as well as the
Mm-hmm.
hinges going around. Um, yeah,
True
that's why
words have never been spoken, Mike.
That's why when my friend crashed this one, I told him, I said, man, it's very fixable. And he loves this jet. So I have got it ready to go for him. And I told him, I said, it'll fly right now. It's ready to go, man. Other than the decals, the landing gear, which we're going to do the mod and put on. Yeah, that jet will fly right now. So yeah, the Vipers are good little jets, man. This one here has a tendency to want to bounce if you don't come in right and get it down just right. But it's such a light airplane that even if it bounces, typically you can take off and go around and not have any damage, and get it back around and come in and figure it out on the next landing. But yeah, they're good little jets, and they're nice looking airplanes, man. So I can't wait to see this one finish with the new scheme and the gear and see him get it back up in the air. I think he's going to be thrilled with it. So I'm telling you, man, I cut this plane's nose off from the takes right here forward, all the way forward on this airplane to here. Cut it totally off, put it back on, put skewers, carbon fiber rod, the whole 9 yards. So it's straight as an arrow. And then one wing was kind of boogered up pretty bad. So yeah, you can't even tell it now. It's right. So won't be long. And somebody asked, Pilot Ryan, does the 80 millimeter fly better than the 90? Well, now I think Roach, there's only a 70, which is what this is, and there's a 90, which is what they just came out with. I don't think there is an 80. I don't think. So anybody want to jump in on that when they can, but yeah, if he's talking about the F-16, then yeah, I could see where the 80 would fly better than the 90. Definitely.
It's all about the actual The
Yes,
airframe and the size of it.
yeah, this does have a hatch. This is the canopy that comes off of it right here, Jared. It's actually this plane is about 11 years old, so this is kind of yellowed some. But man, let me just tell you, it flies incredibly well. You can see inside of it right there. I've got it very neat, very very nicely laid out. I don't like a lot of clutter in my planes, and it's rock solid in there, and it's got a nice spring-loaded catch right there. So great airplane. This like I said, this airplane is old. I don't even think they make it anymore. This is a 40 size. They actually qualified it as a trainer.
Who in their right mind would classify that as a trainer?
Well, I saw a guy at the air show or the
P-51 though?
He had the same airplane, but it was in the yellow tail scheme.
Uh-huh.
And it did. And now that I think about it, it did come with clear wing slats that you could put on here. And the front gear, if you use the factory, they raked out really far, man, in front of the wing.
Uh-huh.
And he actually flies his that way. I talked to him about it Saturday, and he said, "Yeah, I love to fly mine with the wing slats and the gear, the fixed gear." And I'm like, "Man, it's a Mustang." He's like, "Yeah, but it's just slow enough for me, and I like it." And I was like, "Okay." But yeah, I think I tossed those when I bought it. I don't even have them anymore. But they're these big clear things that go on the wing, and they make the wing more straight across rather than angled right here. And then the front gear are angled way out. Like if this is the wing, they're sitting out here like this, man.
Right.
They're raked out really far. I don't know.
Interesting. Because I always, Warbirds was always like no, always got a high wing plane. But regarding the L-39, did you say you didn't care for the red, white, and blue?
Yeah, I don't care for the red, white, and blue. I want the high performance camo like what you've got if I get one.
That's the most un-American thing I've ever heard you say.
Can't help it, man. I just don't care for that scheme, man. Now, if it was Arctic camo, okay, we'd be in. You know what I'm saying? But because if it ain't Arctic camo, I don't want nothing really.
You could have another project take a year to fit or paint up.
Yeah. Hey, I've got this one painted pretty quickly and put back together, mind you.
Oh man, speed.
But yeah, they classified this as a trainer, and Kenny did say you can fly it with wing slats. It did come with it. I tossed them. It's not a Mustang with those stuck on there. It's ugly as sin to me with those clear looking wing slats sitting on it. And I guess, it would slow it down. It should slow it down because, my God, it makes the wing almost twice as wide, But it's ugly as sin. And then the damn gear stuck way out in front like this, in comparison with the wing. It don't even look right, man.
So does anybody have any of the RC construction equipment?
Like what?
Motion. They've got like a front wheel loader, a dump truck, self-erecting crane, a forklift. Actually, a forklift's called a lift truck, but I digress. Excavators. Dude, there is this YouTube channel that Abby, my daughter, loves to watch. And there's a song that's like, "I'm an excavator," and they do like the motion and everything, and she'll walk around the house and do that. But she has that song like on repeat, so I can have like when I go to sleep at night, I hear that song in my head.
Huh.
It's like,
as long as you don't say something else, you're good to go.
I'm an excavator.
No, I was thinking. Okay, that's way over your head right now. Okay.
I think I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, probably. I like the 18-wheelers that Motion was supposed to get in, man. I thought they were pretty sweet. I'd love to have one of those.
Yeah, well, they've got
the damn tractors as much as the trailer, man.
Well, the construction equipment, everything's in stock as far as the construction equipment.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to work on excavators. I used to do hydraulic engineering for excavators, so I spent many times in an excavator beating the ever living crap out of it.
Yeah, Roach, we know how that goes, man. That stupid autocorrect. You gotta love it, man.
The tanks, the tanks don't shoot out BBs, right? Or do they?
Yeah, the Henlons do.
They do?
Yes.
I want to buy
yes,
one for my cats.
And they also have smoke. They put out smoke.
And I don't care about smoke. I want to shoot my wife's cats. They start pawing at the dog, or pawing at the door to get in at night, like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Fire that sun gun up, come around that corner, pow!
Ping, ping.
Oh man. So they've
Roy,
got.
you had to say it, didn't you, Roy? You had to throw it out there.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't want to
Roy.
say it, but I was
Yeah,
on that tune.
yeah.
I was on that freak.
There it is. We gotta leave it to Roy. Wreck 'em, Roy.
Oh man, they got a killer place for tanks up in Virginia. There's some like tank museum, but they also every month you can bring your tanks out. I think they're 1/16 scale, just like these are, and they have like little battles and little battles and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And they actually they've got infrared. Some of them have infrared.
Yeah.
So,
IR is signatures how they shoot back and forth.
yeah, and if you hit somebody, it shuts their tank down momentarily for a few seconds or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Man. So it seems like this is a different brand. TORRO.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that one.
It's all metal track, 360 degrees turret, barrel recoils, metal casting, high torque motors, ready to run. Little side note: when I bought that Blackjack 42, that boat.
Yeah.
So, I met Raleigh Hobby. Tim's like, I'm like, do you have any EC5? What was it? EC5 to XT60 adapters? He goes, yeah. He takes two off the shelf and he hands me one. I was like, oh, I only need one. I got like 5 minutes down the road and realized the reason he handed me two is because his boat takes 2 batteries. So here I go, like, turn back around. He goes, I was wondering why you only bought one. And I was like, I was wondering why you handed me two till I got halfway, 5 minutes down the road. And he's gonna giggling at me.
We need some boat video, man.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I got those HRVs. I need to charge them up. I want to drive it this weekend. I want to take it to my parents' old farm place right down the road from me. I'll say right down the road. It's like 20 minutes away. Because they got a pond. But I don't know if that pond's big enough to get it planed up, full speed, and then decel. But we'll see. Yeah, I've never heard of this brand though. I've always heard of what's the other T word? They make paint, I think, as well.
Tamaya.
Yeah, Tamaya and then Henlong is the only two I ever really have seen.
Yeah. See you, Jared. Thank you for coming, buddy. Appreciate all
See
your
you, man.
information. Talking with me, man. A good crowd in here tonight. I appreciate all you guys for coming in and hanging out with us.
Absolutely, thank you guys. Yeah, because these Toro, TORRO, these are what? A Tamaya full kitted heavy M1A1 Abrams tank is almost $1,200.
I'll get me an airplane, thank you.
But apparently this is the most decked out tank that they've got.
Yeah, I'll still stick with my airplanes, man. I mean,
The, but here it goes. When firing, the muzzle flashes, the speaker roars, and the recoil gearbox retracts the gun barrel and then slowly returns it to a standard position.
yeah, I'll stick with airplanes. Now they ought to put guns like that on the airplanes. Wouldn't that be cool? If you could hit a switch on your airplane and you see the guns actually moving and hear them firing and all, yeah, see light coming out of the end of them. Wouldn't that be killer? Hey, if they can put it on a tank, you ought to be able to put it on an airplane. Just saying, you know.
I've seen some people do that on the really bigger tanks.
Yeah.
Not tanks, excuse me, the bigger aircrafts. I have seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. My order had shit from Haas.
Sure.
I had to order a 2mm end mill.
Yeah, Roach, just like the fishing shop masturbate and tackle.
Oh man, crazy stuff.
All right, man. So you ready to wind this puppy down? Let these fellows get back to their evening and go chill out and hang out with the fam.
Yeah, I've got to. I gotta get some food. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I figured that.
I haven't ate. I literally came home and took a nap. I'm like, don't bother me, wifey. When it's time to go, wake me up.
Came, choked down the food. Yeah, I will definitely be getting you guys some video of this beautiful plane flying. It's coming. So just a matter of time. I got some other cool stuff coming too as well. So hang around and wait for that. But I appreciate all you guys being here tonight. And thank you for supporting Dustin and myself. And you got anything else to add, Dustin? If not, you can wrap us up, man, and take us out of here.
No, man, I appreciate everybody as always for coming every week, hanging out with us, and just, just how can I say it? I want to say shooting the shit, but that ain't right. But now I said it, so you guys know what I'm saying. Trying to say.
There you go.
But
thanks, T-Cat. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, man. And again, appreciate all you guys and this love and support.
Right.
But that's really all I've got. We'll see you guys next week. Everybody have a great weekend.
Get some good video of those F-16s and Vipers when you get them, guys. Let's see some good videos and see what you do to them and how well they fly. I can't wait to see it.
Awesome, guys. Well, you guys have a good one. We'll catch you guys next time. Be good, be safe. We'll see you.
Take care.
Should we peak like a